Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I haven't put my light on. Here we go. Let's put the light on. That's better. There we go. It all works better when the lights are on. Good evening, and welcome to our Saturday evening quiz yet again. So, while we're waiting for people to join, let's have our little warm-up round. Here we go. Coming up on screen, the warm-up round now. Who is missing in each of these scenes from TV or movies, by the looks of it? Who is missing? Just 8, because they're a bit complicated, these. There were 20, so I'm just going to use 8 this week. I thought that would be a good start for you to warm up. Who's missing in these pictures? And while you're doing that, I will say good evening to a few people that I can see. So good evening, Evelyn. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Michael and Diana in the square. Good evening, Cassie, all the way over there in Canada. Good evening, John and Christine. Good evening, Angela Pierce. Good evening, Les, Moira, and possibly Robert, I suspect. Good evening, Steph. Good evening, Lisa. Good evening, Janet. And Janet, I have got your message, and I will try and ping them over to you this evening. Janet will know what that's all about. Good evening, Tracy. Let's see if we've got anybody over on YouTube who's declared their names. I will put a good evening message up on YouTube. Let's see if anybody responds to me on that one and one on that one. And if you're watching on Wednesday morning or Thursday morning or Friday morning, good morning, because I know a number of people do watch later in the week. So if you're watching in the evening, good evening. If you're watching in the morning, good morning. And if you're watching in the afternoon, good afternoon. But we are live here on Saturday night. If you're watching any other time, hopefully I've said good evening and the right time for you. And good evening to Denise and Sammy downstairs, monitoring that I haven't gone offline, and who will run up the stairs quickly and tell me if I've gone offline at any time this evening. So there we go. There's our little warm-up this evening. 8 pictures. Who is missing? Who are the missing stars in those pictures? Just for a little bit of fun as we warm up this evening. I'm sorry I was a minute or so late joining you tonight. Just had a few technical issues just as we were getting set up, but all sorted now. Good evening to Carolyn, who's just popped up. Good evening to Craig as well over on YouTube. And good evening to anybody else who's joined on YouTube who hasn't spoken. We do have 10 watching on one of our YouTube channels, I can see, but they're not speaking to us. But that's absolutely fine. You don't have to speak. No, you don't have to speak. You can be there anonymous in case you're embarrassed about your scores. That's absolutely fine. As long as you're here and you have enjoy yourself on the quiz, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, is to have a little bit of fun on a Saturday night, doing something a bit different than watching TV or walking the dog or whatever else you do. Excellent. Let's have a look. So I'll give you a couple more minutes on that warm-up picture. Who are the missing stars? I thought it was a bit difficult. There were 20 of these I had. I thought I would only put up 8 because I thought they might be a little bit difficult to start with tonight. And I didn't want to put you off, so I thought I would be very gentle to you this evening as we started. Oh, I'm just checking on my phone. Yes, I'm going out loud and clear. That's good. Now I just want to... There we go. Technology's not working properly. There we go. Not to worry. There we go. Okay, how are you doing on those then? Let's... shall we have a look at the answers on those and then crack on with the quiz good and proper? Okay, here we go then. Let's do it in no, let's not do it in reverse. No, I was going to do it in reverse. Let's do number 1 first. It says on mine, Pat Morita, M-O-R-I-T-A. Presuming that's how you say it. Pat Morita is number 1. Number 2 is Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving. I don't know what the films or anything are. I've just got the answers. Number 3, Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. Number 4, Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint. Number 5, Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis. Number 6, Judy Garland. Judy Garland. Number 7. No, I don't know how to say this name. Goodness. Saoirse. Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan. Number 7. And the last one, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford. Number 8. There we go. I think they were a bit difficult, so I only put 8 of those up. But it's only a warm-up. It's not the proper one. So it's just a warm-up for this evening, just to see how you're doing. So Pat Morita, number 1. Hugo Weaving, number 2. Zoe Saldana, number 3. Rupert Grint, number 4. Harold Ramis, number 5. Judy Garland, number 6. Saoirse Ronan, number 7. And Harrison Ford, number 8. That was our little warm-up round tonight, just to get you going. Let's pop that off the screen. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Now you got me back on the screen. If you want to tell us if you did exceedingly well on that, if you got 8 out of 8 and you want to shout about, oh my goodness, look at these. People are doing well. 5. 5. Cassie's done 5. Steph's done 4. Angela's done 0. I think I'd have probably got 1, Angela. 5 for the Rivers. 2 for the Gills. 5 for Cassie. 4 for Gina. 0 for Andrew. It doesn't matter. It's all for fun, isn't it? It's all for fun. That's the most important thing. It doesn't really matter. 3 for Denise. Well done, Denise. I can guess 2 of the 3 that you got, Denise, but I don't know which is the other one you got. You probably got Harrison Ford and Rupert Grint, I reckoned, and possibly Judy Garland, maybe. But we will see. No doubt you will tell me later. No doubt you will tell me later. Right. Our first proper round tonight. Is called Drink Up. So it's probably going to be something to do with drinks, isn't it? Let's find it in my book. Here we go. Our first proper round tonight is called Drink Up. Excuse me. Drink Up. So here we go then. First of our 20 questions. Just in case you haven't... oh, I've got a frog in my throat now. Not a good start. Just in case you haven't joined us before, I'll ask 20 questions. I'll mention them a couple of times on the way through. Then I'll do a quick catch-up shoot through in case you've had a glitch on the internet or the dog wants to go out or the phone's rung. And then we do the answers. And say you don't have to declare how many you've got. If you want to, you can. Mark them fairly and let us know how clever or otherwise you are. I'm absolutely hopeless at this, so I probably have the worst score of the night. That's why I'm the quiz master. So you can always rest assured that I'll have got a worse score than you will have got. Other than the last round where a couple of people had 0 and I would have got 1, Harrison Ford. So I would have got 1 in the last round. Anyway, here we go then. Drink Up. Number 1. According to its advertising slogan, which drink gives you wings? According to its advertising slogan, which drink gives you wings? Number 2. What colour is the drink Aperol? I assume I've said that right. A-P-E-R-O-L. What colour is the drink Aperol? Number 3. Which bottled water brand began sponsoring a comedy award at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe in 1981? Which bottled water brand began sponsoring a comedy award at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe in 1981? Number 4. What type of drink is Madeira? What type of drink is Madeira? Number 5. This one will be familiar, I'm sure. Which beer has been advertised with the slogan, refreshes the parts that other beers cannot reach? Which beer has been advertised with the slogan, refreshes the parts that other beers cannot reach? Number 6, and I think there'll be somebody downstairs who'll be able to answer this one. What 2 colours are the flowers of the chamomile plant used to make a herbal tea? And I suspect there's a few of you out there that like the odd herbal tea, so hopefully that one's a good one for you. And you can run off to your kitchen and check the box if you've got herbal tea in chamomile tea in the kitchen cupboard. You've got time to do that and nobody will know. So what 2 colours are the flowers of the chamomile plant used to make a herbal tea? Now I know there's a few in the house that will know this one as well, and I certainly think the Gills up in the square will, because I certainly do. So it's, if you live in Wyke, you should know about this sort of thing, you know, the class of people that live in Wyke. Bollinger is a brand of what type of drink? Bollinger. Bollinger is a brand of what type of drink? Definitely a drink that Wyke people would be drinking, I think. Bollinger. Number 8, another one from the past that might be familiar to some of us. I think I know the answer to this one. Which lager was advertised by Paul Hogan in the 1980s? Which lager was advertised by Paul Hogan in the 1980s? I wonder how you did. Bolly Darlings, yeah, Bolly Darlings, definitely. Number 9. In which English city are the distilleries Sipsmith located? In which English city are the distilleries Sipsmith located? Number 10. What type of drink is Red Mountain? What type of drink is Red Mountain? I imagine there's a few people that are going to do quite well on this round. I just have that feeling that we have some experts on drinks from the Bollingers through to the chamomile teas and the beers. Yeah, here's another beer question. Number 11. John Smith's is what variety of beer? John Smith's is what variety of beer? I imagine there's a few doing okay. Hopefully you're doing okay and it's giving you a good, encouraging start to this evening's quiz. Number 12. Volvic mineral water is from which country? Volvic mineral water is from which country? Oh, and I just see that Craig over on YouTube, they've got 2 in the warm-up round, and Jonathan got 0. Yeah, well done. Sorry, I'm just flicking through and just checking all the different channels. Well done to Craig. They've done better than I would have done, Craig. I'd have only got 1, as I said. Number 13. Number 13. Harvey's Bristol Cream Sherry is sold in what colour bottles? Oh, I know the answer to that one. Harvey's Bristol Cream Sherry is sold in what colour bottles? I think I do quite well in this round. I'm looking at the questions a bit ahead. Here's the next question. I know the answer to this one as well. Doesn't mean I drink a lot, because I don't. I don't drink hardly anything at all these days. Probably about one glass of cider every 3 or 4 weeks. Number 14. Which lager was advertised with the slogan "Follow the Bear"? Which lager was advertised with the slogan "Follow the Bear"? Number 15, changing the type of drink. This time, changing the type of drink. What shape of tea bag was introduced in 1997? What shape of tea bag was introduced in 1997? Number 16, which company launched Dasani bottled water, D-A-S-A-N-I bottled water, in the UK in 2004, only to withdraw it a few weeks later? Which company launched Dasani bottled water in the UK in 2004, only to withdraw it a few weeks later? Number 17, and I think I'm saying this right, Jose Cuervo is a brand of which drink? Jose Cuervo is a brand of which drink? Number 18, back to the tea again. Darjeeling tea comes from which country? Darjeeling tea comes from which country? Number 19, which soft drink was originally sold under the name Vim Tonic? Which soft drink was originally sold under the name Vim Tonic? And 20, what was the original flavour of Ribena? What was the original flavour of Ribena? So that's our first 20 questions. I'll give you a second just to flick your eyes down through those, see if there's any that you want to check on or any that you missed, just in case there's a blip on the internet, or the doorbell went, or the cat wants to go out, or somebody wanted a cup of tea and you're on the tea rotor, or a glass of wine needs filling up and you've been sent to the kitchen to get the bottle out the fridge, anything like that. So here we go then. I'll catch up a quick dash through. Number 1, according to its advertising slogan, which drink gives you wings? Number 2, what colour is the drink Aperol? Number 3, which bottled water brand began sponsoring a comedy award at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe in 1981? Number 4, what type of drink is Madeira? Number 5, which beer has been advertised with the slogan refreshes the parts that other beers cannot reach? Number 6, what 2 colours are the flowers of the chamomile plant used to make herbal tea? Number 7, Bollinger is a brand of what type of drink? Number 8, which lager was advertised by Paul Hogan in the 1980s? Number 9, in which English city are the distillers Sipsmith located? Number 10, what type of drink is Red Mountain? Number 11, John Smith is what variety of beer? Number 12, Volvic mineral water is from which country? Number 13, Harvey's Bristol Cream Sherry is sold in what colour bottles? Number 14, which lager was advertised with the slogan Follow the Bear? Number 15, what shape of tea bag was introduced in 1997? Number 16, which company launched Dasani bottled water in the UK in 2004, only to withdraw it a few weeks later? Number 17, Jose Cuervo is a brand of which drink? Number 18, Darjeeling tea comes from which country? Number 19, which soft drink was originally sold under the name Vim Tonic? And number 20, what was the original flavour of Ribena? Okay, are we ready for the answers? Let's see how well we've done on this, our first proper round tonight. Here we go then, here we go. Number 1, according to its slogan, which drink gives you wings? It's Red Bull. Number 2, what colour is the drink Aperol? It's orange. Number 3, which bottled water brand began sponsoring a comedy award at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe in 1981? Perrier. Perrier. One with a little green distinctive shaped bottle. Number 4, what type of drink is Madeira? It's a fortified wine. Number 5, which beer has been advertised with the slogan, refreshes the parts that other beers cannot reach? It's Heineken. Number 6, what 2 colours are the flowers of the chamomile plant used to make herbal tea? It's white and yellow. White and yellow. I wonder how many of you went out to the kitchen cabinet, if you've got it in the cabinet. Number 7, Bollinger is a brand of what type of drink? It's champagne. Number 8, which lager was advertised by Paul Hogan in the 1980s? Foster's. It was Foster's lager. Number 9, in which English city are the distillers Sipsmith located? They're in London. Number 10, what type of drink is Red Mountain? It is coffee. It's actually instant coffee, but it is coffee or instant coffee. Number 11, John Smith's is a variety of which beer? It's bitter. Number 12, Volvic mineral water is from which country? It's from France. Number 13, Harvey's Bristol Cream Sherry is sold in what colour bottles? It's blue. Number 14, which lager was advertised with the slogan, follow the bear? It was Hofmeister. Number 15, what shape of tea bag was introduced in 1997? It was the pyramid-shaped tea bag, and it was introduced by Brook Bond. It's the pyramid-shaped tea bag is what we want. Number 16, which company launched Dasani bottled water in the UK in 2004, only to withdraw it a few weeks later? It was the Coca-Cola company. Number 17, Jose Cuervo is a brand of which drink? It's tequila. Number 18, Darjeeling tea comes from which country? It comes from India. Number 19, which soft drink was originally sold under the name of Vim Tonic? Well, it was Vim To. That was very similar, wasn't it? Vim To. And number 20, what was the original flavour of Ribena? It was a blackcurrant. Of course, other flavours are now available, like strawberry and orange, certainly that I'm aware of. So there we go. How did you do on that round? Was that a good round for you? I imagine some of you have done very well on that round. We'll see who are the ones that know about their drinks. But mind you, there was water in there, there was tea in there, and there was the alcoholic ones, wasn't it? Well done, Cassie. Cassie's got 18. Cassie knows her drinks. 16 for Jane and Jeff there. 19 for the Rivers. Well done, the Rivers. They know their drinks too. 18 for Lisa. 14 for Angela. 15 for Michael. 16 for Tracy. 15 for Les, Moira and probably Robert. 15 for Val. 14 for Denise. Not too bad, Denise. Well done. 16 for Carolyn. 15 for Gina. Well, I think you've all done very well on that round. That was a really good start. Let me just pop over and see if nobody's put anything on YouTube yet. I'll pop back to YouTube in a minute. Anybody else going to put any scores up for us on our first round? 8.5 for John and Christine. I don't know how you got a half on that round. Oh, was it? It might have been the chamomile, because there's 2 colours, wasn't it? 17 for Andrew. Well done, Andrew. Anybody else going to put any scores up on any of the channels? I'm flicking through all the different channels. looks like that's it for a minute. I will keep an eye on it. Okay, our next round is going to be our potluck round. So that's our lucky dip, if you like, our lucky dip of mixed questions. So there we go. Are you ready? Let me just check. Nothing else popped up so far. No. Okay, let's go for our potluck round. Number 1. On which night of the week is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest usually held? And I've got an idea that might be coming up soon. I have seen some bits about Eurovision. They're interviewing somebody who I think is going to be our representative this year. Only this week sometime, I think it was. So on which night of the week is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest normally held? Number 2, which game show might include rounds titled Distinctly Average and the Answers in the Question? Which game show might include the rounds titled Distinctly Average and the Answers in the Question? Number 3, which Number 4, The Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? The Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? That was number 4. Number 4. Steph cannot hear me. The sound has gone. Right, the sound has gone. That's very interesting. Why has the sound gone? Have I got any sound now? Has it come back? Has it come back? Anybody tell me whether it's come back? I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's put the sound up. Gone. Right, the sound has gone. That's very interesting. I've got the sound gone. I've got sound coming out here. Okay, again. Right, missed question 3. Okay, let's. I don't know what happened there. Right, okay. Let's just cover question 3 again. I don't know quite what happened there, but it's one of the troubles with this sort of thing, that occasionally things do go wrong. So we'll do question 3 again. If we missed any of the others, then we'll obviously go back. But question 3: what darts player died? Which darts player who died in 2018 was nicknamed the Crafty Cockney? Which darts player which died in 2018 was nicknamed the Crafty Cockney? You probably wonder why the confusion goes with the sound and where you were hearing me when I was saying, can you hear me? Because there is a delay from me broadcasting to you receiving of about 20 seconds. So even if Denise is checking things downstairs, it's about 20 seconds before when she receives stuff that I'm actually broadcasting out. Because I think it probably goes across to China and the United States of America and everywhere before it comes back down to your internet channels. So it's one of the disadvantages of broadcasting this way, but even the terrestrial TV channels do have a delay when they broadcast of a few seconds. So ours is about 20 seconds normally. So we'll go on then. Question 4. The Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? The Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? Number 5. Which member of the Beatles was the first to have a solo UK #1? Which member of the Beatles was first to have a solo UK #1. Right, I've just picked up on the YouTube channel that somebody missed question 2 as well. So I'm going to just go back to question 2 as well. Question 2 was, which game show might include rounds titled Distinctly Average and the answers in the question? Which game show might include rounds titled Distinctly Average and the answers in the question? So hopefully that's caught up with all the questions. I'm sorry that we had a little blip there. Number 6. How many fluid ounces are there in 2 pints? How many fluid ounces are there in 2 pints? And of course I will go over all the questions again in a minute, just in case there's been any confusion. Number 7. Who established the Silver Line helpline for older people? Who established the Silver Line helpline for older people? Number 8. The character of Bilbo Baggins first appeared in which children's novel? The character of Bilbo Baggins first appeared in which children's novel? Number 9. Which 1971 song refers to the day the music died? Which 1971 song refers to the day the music died? Number 10. Henrik Larsson, born in 1966, represented which country in international football? Henrik Larsson, born in 1966, represented which country in international football? Number 11. In relation to qualifications, for what do the letters MBA stand? In relation to qualifications, for what do the letters MBA stand? Number 12. What name is given to a piece of armour that protects the chest? What name is given to a piece of armour that protects the chest? Number 13. What part of a meal is an amuse-bouche? What part of a meal is an amuse-bouche? Number 14. In the film The Inbetweeners 2, which character had emigrated to Australia? In the film The Inbetweeners 2, which character had emigrated to Australia? Number 15. Which 2 letters preceded Spectrum in the name of the 1982 personal computer? Which 2 letters preceded Spectrum in the name of the 1982 personal computer? Number 16. The island of Murano, famous for glassmaking, lies close to which Italian city? The island of Murano, famous for glassmaking, lies close to which Italian city? Number 17. What adjective relates to the reign of James I? What adjective relates to the reign of James I? Number 18. What form of clothing can be polo or sweat? What form of clothing can be polo or sweat? Number 19. Je suis un rock star was a 1981 hit for which member of the Rolling Stones? Je suis un rock star was a 1981 hit for which member of the Rolling Stones? And number 20. The name of which prophetess in Greek mythology is given to someone who predicts gloomy outcomes but is not believed? The name of which prophetess in Greek mythology is given to someone who predicts gloomy outcomes but is not believed? Right, I'll zip through those one more time quickly before I do the answers, just in case you still haven't caught every single question. So here we go. Number 1. On which night of the week is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest usually held? Number 2. Which game show might include rounds titled Distinctly Average? And the answer is in the question. Number 3. Which darts player who died in 2018 was nicknamed the Crafty Cockney? Number 4. The Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? Number 5. Which member of the Beatles was the first to have a solo UK number 1? Number 6. How many fluid ounces are there in 2 pints? Number 7. Who established the Silver Line helpline for older people? Number 8. The character of Bilbo Baggins first appeared in which children's novel? Number 9. Which 1971 song refers to the day the music died? Number 10. Henrik Larsson, who was born in 1966, represented which country in international football? Number 11. In relation to qualifications, for what do the letters MBA stand? Number 12. What name is given to a piece of armour that protects the chest? Number 13. What part of a meal is an amuse-bouche? Number 14. In the film The Inbetweeners 2, which character had emigrated to Australia? Number 15. Which 2 letters preceded Spectrum in the name of the 1982 personal computer? Number 16. The island of Murano, famous for glassmaking, lies close to which Italian city? Number 17. What adjective relates to the reign of James I? Number 18. What form of clothing can be polo or sweat? Number 19. Je suis un rock star was a 1981 hit for which member of the Rolling Stones? Number 20. The name of which prophetess in Greek mythology is given to someone who predicts gloomy outcomes but is not believed? And zipping back to question 3 for Les. Which darts player who died in 2018 was nicknamed the Crafty Cockney? Okay, there we go. Are we ready to do the answers for round 2? Let's just check we haven't got any other problems. No. Okay. So here we go then. Answers for round 2. Let's get the right page. On which day of the week is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest usually held? It's usually held on a Saturday. Number 2, which game show might include rounds called Distinctly Average and the answers in the question? It's Richard Osman's House of Games. Number 3, which darts player who died in 2018 was nicknamed the Crafty Cockney? It was Eric Bristow. Number 4, the Liverbirds was first shown on TV in which decade? It was the 1960s and 1969 in particular. Number 5, which member of the Beatles was the first to have a UK number 1? It was George Harrison, My Sweet Lord. Number 6, how many fluid ounces are there in 2 pints? There's 40 fluid ounces. Number 7, who established the Silver Line helpline for older people? It was Esther Ranson, or if you want the correct title, it was Dame Esther Ranson. Number 8, the character of Bilbo Baggins first appeared in which children's novel? It was The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien, or J.R.R. Tolkien. Number 9, which 1971 song refers to the day the music died? It was American Pie by Don McLean. Bye bye, Mr. American Pie. That's the one, isn't it? Number 10, Henrik Larsson, born in 1966, represented which country in international football? It was Denmark. Number 11, in relation to qualifications, for what do the letters MBA stand for? It's Master of Business Administration. Master of Business Administration. Number 12, what name is given to a piece of armour that protects the chest? It's a breastplate. Number 13, what part of a meal is an amuse-bouche? It's an appetizer or hors d'oeuvre. Number 14, in the film The In-Betweeners 2, which character had emigrated to Australia? It was J. Number 15, which 2 letters preceded Spectrum in the name of the 1982 personal computer? It was the ZX. ZX is what we're looking for. ZX Spectrum, made by Sinclair. Number 16, the island of Murano, famous for glassmaking, lies close to which Italian city? It is Venice. Number 17, what adjective relates to the reign of James I? It's Jacobean. Number 18, what form of clothing can be polo or sweat? It is shirts. Number 19, Je suis un rock star was a 1981 hit for which member of the Rolling Stones? It was Bill Wyman. And finally, number 20, the name of which prophetess in Greek mythology is given to someone who predicts gloomy outcomes but is not believed? And it's Cassandra. There we go. That's round 2, our potluck round, done. Let's see how you did on that one. Waiting for the scores to start popping up. We've got a bit of a delay, as we say, so they'll pop up in a minute, no doubt. 15 for Cassie, 11 for Tracy, 12 for Les, Moira and Robert, 14 for the Rivers, 16 for Angela Pierce, 15 for Michael and Diana Gill, 13 for Jane and Jeff, 12 for Val, 15 for Steph, 13 for Gina, 8 for Denise downstairs and Sammy, 13 for Andrew, 'Any more for any more? No more for any more. Okie dokie. Right, so we've got oh, somebody's just put one up there. Sorry, I've just missed one, I think. 15 for Carolyn. Excellent. Right, now we've got our proper picture round for tonight. And this one's a bit easier, I think. This one is definitely a little bit easier than the first one tonight. So this is our standard picture round. So here we go. This is, how many have we got on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 20. This has got 20 in. So see how you do with this one. So here we go. There is our standard picture round of 20 well-known faces. So see how you do with those. See how many are familiar or not. Now I'll leave them up like that, and then what I'll do in a minute is I will blow them up into 2 halves so you can take a better look at the first 10 and then the second 10. But we'll leave them just like that for a minute. Have a look, see how you do on that picture round. Well, I sit here and relax for a second or two. So in a second I will zoom it up a bit. I'll adjust it on the screen and zoom it up live. In fact, what I can probably do is I might be a little bit no, I can't do that. I was thinking I could do it a different way. But we will just give you a second to look at those. And I'm going to just zoom up the first half. And then we'll move to the second half and just give you a bit more of a close-up. So here we go. Let's see if I can adjust the picture. So what I do is I take it halfway up like that, and then I bring it down like that. So there we go. There's the first 10. The first 10. Do they look familiar to you or not? Our first 10. Hopefully these are a little bit easier than the first round. A lot of these faces are familiar to me, so hopefully that means they're familiar to you, and probably more familiar to you because I'm not very good with these things. So that's the first half. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and zoom. I'm going to take it back up again. I'm going to adjust it down. Ooh. Look, sir. Hopefully. And I'll take the... Oh, sorry. It's going all over the place now, isn't it? You should never do this live on screen. Let's move it up there. There's the second half. Much bigger. The second half much bigger. There we go. So that's the second half. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably do the answers to the second half first as they're up on the screen, so I'm not adjusting it too many times. But I'll give you a couple more minutes there, or I can actually zoom it right. Maybe I'll zoom it all the way back out, because that will give you a chance just to check any as I'm continuing to go through. I think that's what I'll do. I'll zoom it right the way back out before we do the answers. I'm just putting some numbers on my sheet because I haven't got any numbers on my sheet. I just realised on my answer sheet. I should probably get myself in a state if I don't put the numbers on. So that's the second half of the picture round this evening. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to resize it back down so we can get them all on screen, hopefully. And we'll bring it back down there. And then we'll press that button and we'll pull that up. And then we'll just go a little zippy down like that. And a little zippy up a little bit more like that. And hopefully you can now just about see them. If I can click the right thing, you can just about, come on, down a bit, just about see them all on screen. Okay, so just a final look at them then before we do the answers to this one. How was this round for you? Let me see how many I recognise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 I think is probably what I would get on this one. Without any sort of help, I'd probably get 8 I think. Yeah, 8 I think would be a fair guess on this one. So if you get more than 8, you've done better than I would have done, which is not difficult. Okay, let's move it just a little bit over so you can see me. We'll move a little bit over that way. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Okay then. So let's do the answers on this one then. Number one. How many of you got? I'm sure this one's quite familiar, even if you're not into a lot of pop music. I think this is a fairly familiar face. It's Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse is number one, and that's one of the ones I would have got. That's one of the ones I would have got. Number two, Bonnie Tyler. Bonnie Tyler. Number 2 is Bonnie Tyler. Number 3 is Rihanna. Rihanna. Number 4, Nicole Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger. And number 5 is Susan Boyle, or Suzanne Boyle. Susan or Suzanne Boyle. So, number 1, Amy Winehouse. Number 2, Bonnie Tyler. Number 3, Rihanna. Number 4, Nicole Scherzinger. And number 5, Susan or Suzanne Boyle. Line 2. First one on line 2 I definitely would have got Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart. Number 7 is Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria. Number 8 is another one I'm sure just about everybody in the country must recognise. I'd be very surprised if anybody doesn't know number 8. Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage. We've seen him a lot on the TV, didn't we, with the Brexit stuff going on over the recent years. Nigel Farage. Number 9, Sean Penn. Sean Penn. And number 10, Shakira. Shakira. So, number 6 is Patrick Stewart. Number 7 is Queen Victoria. Number 8, Nigel Farage. Number 9, Sean Penn. And number 10, Shakira. Then going down, number 11, another one I would have got, Tony Hart. Who remembers Tony Hart? Vision On. Used to watch it all the time, every week. Tony Hart. Number 12, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison. Number 13, I didn't get this one, but I do remember her, Zola Budd. Zola Budd. Number 14, my print is a bit fuzzy here, but I think it says Ralph Wiggum. Ralph Wiggum. And number 15 is Eugenie of York, or Princess Eugenie. Eugenie of York, or Princess Eugenie. So we've got number 11, Tony Hart. Number 12, Thomas Edison. Number 13, Zola Budd. Number 14, I think it is Ralph Wiggum. And number 15, Eugenie of York or Princess Eugenie. Number 16, again my printout is cut off, but I think it's Sally Field. It's definitely Fields, and I think it's Sally Fields, if I remember. Number 17, I'm hoping my daughter Sammy has got this one downstairs. It's Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. Number 18 is another one I definitely would have got. It's Shania Twain. Shania Twain. Number 19 is Seth MacFarlane. And the last one I definitely would have got is number 20 is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. So number 16, Sally Fields. Number 17, Sigmund Freud. Number 18, Shania Twain. Number 19, Seth MacFarlane. And number 20, Steve Jobs. How do we do on our picture round tonight? I would have hoped there's a good number in there. I would have thought nobody's going to get less than sort of a 7 or 8. I would have thought on that. Hopefully. Hopefully. I do look at these sort of rounds and think, do I know any of them? And if I don't, then I'm not going to put it on the screen because that would be unfair. Because if I don't know any of them, the chances of other people not knowing. Here we go then. Oh, are they coming up? We're coming up. We've got Catherine. Oh, my light's just gone off. Catherine, 14. Jane and Jeff, 7. 14 to Val. 8 to Michael. 12 to Cassie. 13 to Steph. 7 to Angela. 5 to Les, Robert and Moira. 12 to Gina. 14 to Carolyn. 14 to Andrew. Let's just zip over and see if anybody else has put anything up. No, not yet. Not yet. No, 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 no. Yes. Right, let me take the pictures off the screen. There we go. Let's get rid of those. That's it. So you can see me properly. And then we'll find out what we're doing for our last round. 13, oh, 11 for Denise, sorry, not 13. 13 for Lisa, 11 for Denise. 14 for Andrew. Well, not too bad, not too bad. 13 for Craig over on YouTube. Well done, Craig. That was a good score. Better than my score. Excellent. Right. Our last round tonight, if I can find it, is Arts and Crafts. Arts and Crafts. May not sound as bad as it is, and I'm sorry if my head's gone funny, but my spotlights have gone off. Obviously got a little electrical fault to deal with, so I'm not very well lit. I've just got one light on my head that seems to be making me look a bit funny, so I'm sorry about that. But there we go. Let's soldier on and not worry about the lights. So, number 1 then in our final round tonight. Which French art gallery has a large glass pyramid as its main entrance? Which French art gallery has a large glass pyramid as its main entrance? Number 2. Which artist who died in 1564 was known as Il Divino? Which artist who died in 1564, so a few years ago, was known as Il Divino? Number 3. If a painting, oh goodness, is trichromatic, how many colours does it feature? No, I'll read it again now. If a painting is trichromatic, how many colours does it feature? Trichromatic. Number 4. Which artist is associated with the New York studio known as The Factory? Which artist is associated with the New York studio known as The Factory? Number 5. Which name is given to the craft of rolling paper using a thin tool to create decorative shapes? What name is given to the craft of rolling paper using a thin tool to create decorative shapes? Number 6. In which UK city did the School of Art suffer a devastating fire in 2018? In which UK city did the School of Art suffer a devastating fire in 2018? Number 7. What word can refer both to an artist's collection of work and a government minister's area of responsibility? What word can refer both to an artist's collection of work and a government minister's area of responsibility? Number 8. In the art style op art, for what word is op, as in op, short? In the art style op art, for what word is op, as in op, short? Number 9. What nationality was the artist William Holman Hunt, who died in 1910? What nationality was the artist William Holman Hunt, who died in 1910? Number 10. The decorative washi tape originated in which country? The decorative washi tape originated in which country? Number 11. Which UK artist is famous for his works involving animals preserved in formaldehyde? Which UK artist is famous for his works involving animals preserved in formaldehyde? Here's one for Denise and Samantha downstairs. They're into arty bits. Gouache is a form of what type of paint? Gouache is a form of what type of paint? Number 13. By which name is the 18th century Italian artist Giovanni Antonio Canal better known? By which name is the 18th century Italian artist Giovanni Antonio Canal better known? Number 14. In which museum is the Venus de Milo displayed? In which museum is the Venus de Milo displayed? Number 15. What type of oil is most commonly used in oil paints? What type of oil is most commonly used in oil paints? Number 16. In which museum are the Raphael rooms? Or Raphael. In which museum are the Raphael rooms? Number 17. What name is given to a template that has a design cut from it through which colour is applied to a surface? What name is given to a template that has a design cut from it through which colour is applied to a surface? How often does a biennial art exhibition take place? How often does a biennial art exhibition take place? Number 19. The art installation Sunflower Seeds was exhibited at which London gallery from 2010 to 2011? The art installation Sunflower Seeds was exhibited at which London gallery from 2010 to 2011? And number 20, the basis for which drawing medium is obtained by burning wood? The basis for which drawing medium is obtained by burning wood? Okay, we'll whip through those one more time before we do our answers on this, our final round tonight. So, number 1. Which French art gallery has the large glass pyramid as its main entrance? French art gallery that has a large glass pyramid as its main entrance. Number 2. Which artist who died in 1564 was known as Il Divino? Number 3. If a painting is trichromatic, how many colours does it feature? Number 4. Which artist is associated with the New York studio known as The Factory? Number 5. What name is given to the craft of rolling paper using a thin tool to create decorative shapes? Number 6. In which UK city did the School of Art suffer a devastating fire in 2018? Number 7. What word can refer both to an artist's collection of work and a government minister's area of responsibility? Number 8. In the art style op art, for what does op... Sorry, for what... I'll start that again. In the art style op art, for what word is op short? Number 9. What nationality was the artist William Holman Hunt, who died in 1910? Number 10. The decorative washi tape originated in which country? Number 11. Which UK artist is famous for his works involving animals preserved in formaldehyde? Number 12. Gouache is a form of what type of paint? Number 13. By which name is the 18th century Italian artist Giovanni Antonio Canal better known? Number 14. In which museum is the Venus de Milo displayed? Number 15. What type of oil is most commonly used in oil paints? Number 16. In which museum are the Raphael rooms? Number 17. What name is given to a template that has a design cut from it through which colour is applied to a surface? Number 18. How often does a biennial art exhibition take place? Number 19. The art installation Sunflower Seeds was exhibited at which London gallery from 2010 to 2011? And number 20. The basis for which drawing medium is obtained by burning wood? Okay, let's just have a quick sip of that to keep the throat from croaking up. And we'll do our last round's questions. Okay, so the famous art gallery that has a large pyramid as its entrance, number 1, is the Louvre. The Louvre. The artist died in 1564 that was known as Il Divino is Michelangelo. Michelangelo. If a painting is trichromatic, how many colours does it feature? It features 3. 3. Number 4, which artist is associated with the New York studio known as The Factory? It's Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol. Number 5, the name given to the craft of rolling paper using a thin tool to create a decorative shape. It's known as quilling. Quilling. Number 6, in which UK city did the School of Art suffer a devastating fire in 2018? It was Glasgow. Glasgow. Number 7, what word can refer to both an artist's collection of work and a government minister's area of responsibility? It's a portfolio, portfolio. Number 8, in the art style, op art, for what word is op short? It's optical. Optical. Number 9, the nationality of the artist William Holman Hunt, who died in 1910, was English. The decorative washi tape originated in which country? It was Japan. Japan. The UK artist famous for his works involving animals preserved in formaldehyde is Damien Hirst. Number 12, gouache is a form of what type of paint? It's watercolour. Number 13, by which name is the 18th century Italian artist Giovanni Antonio Canal better known? It's Canaletto. Canaletto. Number 14, in which museum is the Venus de Milo displayed? It's in the Louvre. The Louvre. Number 15, what type of oil is most commonly used in oil paint? It's linseed oil. Number 16, in which museum are the Raphael rooms? They're in the Vatican Museums. Number 17, what name is given to a template that has a design cut from it through which colour is applied to a surface? It's a stencil. A stencil. Number 18, how often does a biennial art exhibition take place? It's every 2 years. The art installation Sunflower Seeds was exhibited at which London gallery from 2010 to 2011? It was the Tate Modern. And finally, tonight, the basis for which drawing medium is obtained by burning wood? It is charcoal. Charcoal. So there we are. Another quiz is done. Another week is over. Must be about week 52 or approaching that of doing these quizzes. But we're still here. We're still doing it. And we will carry on as long as you want us to. And I'm sorry that my head is doing weird things. But the lighting has gone a bit Pete Tong in here this evening for some reason. Something else to look at and fix or replace or something. So I'm sorry if I look a bit weird. But here we go. They're coming up now. So we got Jane and Jeff, 15. Catherine and the Rivers, 18. Carolyn, 13. Angela Pierce, 14. 17 for the Gills. 10 for Denise and Sammy. 10 for Val. 15 for Andrew. 13 for Cassie. 12 for Les, Moira and Robert. 14 for Steph. 13 for Craig. No, I think that was the last round actually. Sorry, I just whipped over to YouTube and Craig may not have put up yet. Let's go back. 14 for Steph. 11 for Gina. 14 for Craig. Jonathan got 14. Right, Jonathan got 14. And 10 for Tracy. Well, there we go then. Another 10 for Tracy. I don't know if I mentioned Tracy. Another quiz is over. It's 9:15. And so, and John and Christine 8. Sorry, that just came up. Another week is over. We will be back here at the same time next week. Craig, no, he hasn't put up there. Jonathan got 14, he said. Okay. So we will be here, same time, same place next week. Just a reminder of this week's programme, 7 o'clock on Friday, we'll have A Year in Gardening, our new gardening programme. On Saturday at 6 o'clock, we'll have our news programme where we're trying to talk to each of the election candidates in this year's local elections, just so you've got an idea who they are and what they're standing for. And of course, we'll be back here at 7:30 on Saturday for the next instalment of our quiz. So have a good week, have a good weekend. Weather's not too bad this coming week, a bit cloudy in times, but sunny spells, not too cold. Getting wetter towards the end of the week. But I'll be back here next weekend. Have a good week, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you, and good night.